TikTok ban.
Hein?
TikTok ban.
Il y a les messages qui viennent certains gens qui se connectent pour commencer à chat.
Tu peux entrer, tu vas voir. Hein?
Avec un film stylo.
Welcome again to Fruitful Investment Strategies. Please make sure that you subscribe, make sure that you like and you share. We're going to talk about TikTok ban. TikTok ban today. That's the subject we're waiting for many, and that's what we're going to address. So make sure that you actually like as you've done. Thank you. And please make sure that you subscribe, you like, and you share. We're going to talk about TikTok ban. You know, is it good that they have banned TikTok? Or is it a bad thing? And, because TikTok is employing a lot of people. Today, social media is doing the best work that actually government should be doing, and that is employment. So we can see that, hello, hi, Rosie, hi. So please make sure that you share, make sure that you subscribe. So we're talking about TikTok ban. Many people are employed on TikTok. They have employment on TikTok. So if they ban TikTok, what are going to be the consequences of that? Is Trump, who has really been advocating for work, is he going to allow that TikTok is being banned? So the reason I think America is putting forward is actually national security. But we know that there is a great competition between the USA and China, and that is really a great competition. So everybody is looking actually to rule over this, to rule over artificial intelligence, to rule over trade, to rule over the economy. And TikTok is a great information collector. So what America is looking forward is actually to control that information, because they think that China is actually controlling the information that they have. So they are looking to ban TikTok, and TikTok is a great tool because the algorithm of TikTok works very differently from actually what YouTube does and what uh, other platform, American platform does, and they're very fast and they're very good. So these things, they actually attract a lot of young people. TikTok attracts a lot of young people, and hence the reason why Donald Trump has been using it. That is really the reason why they want to ban it, because they want to control that information. But you have 76 million 176 million of people who actually use TikTok. Is actually America going to go and ban TikTok? Now the Supreme Court have ruled that TikTok should be banned and should actually be sold, or either be sold to an American company or American people. But TikTok is not willing to do so. So if TikTok does not sell itself to actually other commodities, like a private company in America, then it will have to be banned. And that means that all your content on TikTok will be erased or will be actually saved by TikTok, but it will not be applicable, or you will not have access to TikTok in the USA. So which limits people in the USA, but in other countries they can actually access to it. And that is the great, the great it's a sad thing that countries have to fight, over these issues. These issues, they should be really, really high lorry. These issues should be really, really simple. So these issues can be really resolved in a very simple way. But this, you have a lot of politics in it. You have a lot of economy in it because it's also money. TikTok generates a lot of money. TikTok is a great platform. TikTok, it involves a lot of things and a lot of power actually when it comes to TikTok. So there is all these things which comes with it. You can think of it. Donald Trump used it and he posted, I don't know, 22 billion people saw his post, through TikTok. And he has been really very famous on TikTok, and he used it as a campaign, somewhere whereby, you have campaign. Please make sure that you like and you subscribe. So TikTok, um, yes, I really, I agree with you, girl Rosie. I don't understand why they should be banning things. All this is just political. All this is just, they're looking for who is actually to rule, because China is actually very technologically advanced, more than other countries. So they're looking actually to the algorithm of TikTok, which is really very fast and very good, and it has a lot of information, and that they're thinking that the information actually goes to the Chinese government, because once the Chinese government has a hand on it, they're controlling a lot of information. Imagine, think of this. Once you control the information and you control everything that has to do with technology, you have an upper hand over your enemy. You have actually, what is, you have really, you are in an advanced position against your enemy. That's why you can see today, even wars, they're using what, they're using drones, because it's all about collecting the information and uh, collecting the information that is there. So that's the reason why actually you have all these things. It's just power and selfishness. Um, I'm going to answer this question of Girl Rosie. Tell me if I'm wrong or right. Since China doesn't have TikTok, do they think it's unfair that since we have TikTok and they just want to take TikTok away from us? Well, China, to be honest, TikTok is owned by a Chinese company known as ByteDance. But TikTok in America is not controlled directly by ByteDance. It has its own system. So Binance is another, but TikTok has a base in not in China, but in Singapore. That's why they have their base. So, but it's also a sister company. Let's say it's a child company of actually Binance. So Binance owns TikTok, but it's actually based in what, in Singapore. So what they want to do is actually, TikTok has no really connection to all these Chinese people, but what America is expecting is that the information that TikTok collects, let's say in America or everywhere it can be, that information goes directly to the Chinese. They think it goes to the Chinese government. So that's where the fear lies. But I think all this is just, a cyber mingling, because, American phones, once you have an American phone, an Apple, or an Apple phone, or whatever phone you have, the information goes directly to the FBI, it goes directly to the CIA. So they have all this information that even when we're talking here, they have the information of what we are doing right now, right here. So they control the information, they have the information. So there is nothing we're actually hiding. But the problem with TikTok is that the American government is unable to control that information. And that's really what makes it very, very frustrating for the American government. And they want actually to ban it because they do not have control over TikTok. And that is really a frustration where it lies. And well, If I have to agree with them or not, I don't know. But that's where their frustration is actually there. And that's where the problem lies because yeah. So because they cannot control the information that flows through TikTok, and they want to have control, absolute control over it, and TikTok does not want. So the thing is now TikTok really has gained a lot of markets, a lot of people. It has been in a lot of businesses. It's involved in a lot of businesses. So the thing is, if you ban TikTok right now, you're going to lay off a lot of people because a lot of people will be jobless, and they're actually making their lives and their livelihood works on TikTok. So imagine Americans, they work on TikTok and they have all their businesses on TikTok. Once you have to get something, I don't know, from China or from America or something like that, you can order it from publicities, which goes on TikTok. So everything is really made really easy. Please, guys, make sure that you subscribe and you like. Everything is really made easy with TikTok. People having a lot of memories on TikTok, but I just don't use it. But people have a lot of memories. Yes, people have a lot of memories. Entire lives actually are made on TikTok. People make videos on from, I don't know, food, from businesses, everything goes on TikTok. So I don't like the ideas that they are going to ban TikTok. I don't like it. They shouldn't do that. But we hope that Donald Trump, when he's coming in office, he can actually limit that. But what I know is that once the Supreme Court have said that uh, TikTok is a threat and it should be banned, so it should be as a law because the American Supreme Court, that's the last institution that can actually pronounce itself on this matter. So if they really have pronounced themselves that way, I see it more likely that even not now, even not with Donald Trump, but in the future, they will kind of ban TikTok. They will kind of limit TikTok. So that's what happening, and that's a sad issue. When people have to ban, something that they don't like because they don't have control over it. And that's the same thing, what happens in China as well. In China, you don't have Facebook. In China, you don't have Instagram. You don't have WhatsApp. Um, I was in China and we didn't have access to all these things. So if we should do the same, I don't think we should do the same. Where America is a democracy and it should be living as such. So as a democracy, you allow actually businesses to prosper. You allow businesses to make their own decision according to our own marketing, system, and that is what should be done. But we are going in a system whereby countries are becoming much more protective of their own. Now, in Norway, they have decided that they have to build bunkers, house with bomb bunkers. So this is the world today, and you just have to adapt to the situation of what is happening today, and you have to move on according to how the world is moving on. If you do not move as the world is moving, you'll be left behind, and that's what is happening here. It's all about power. It's all about who can rule. It's all about who can control. And once you can control the information, the flow of information, you know what the enemy is doing, and you are able actually to hinder the enemy from actually attacking you or coming, or surprising you in any form because you have the information. So the control of information and spy is really something which is embedded. You remember, if you guys remember, the United States below the balloon for the last year, they blew the Chinese balloon. So that was actually collecting the information. But that happens all the time, and Biden's, he thought that it was better for him to blow it, and they know that the information is being collected out there, and you just have to blow the balloon, and then you limit that information from going from United States to China, and that's how the world works. And today, Americans have satellites everywhere, and those satellites are collecting information as never before. That's what Google does. Google does, we're using Google, we're using YouTube because they collect this information and they create artificial intelligence and they sell it to us. Information. If once you have the information, you know what the people need, you know what to give them, and you give it to them. That's what TikTok does, and all these technological companies. You can see the world's richest billionaires today. There are people who are actually in technology. There are people who are working with these things. So if you want really to be wealthy, it's all about, doing all these things and creating, these opportunities. So that's what makes actually people very rich. So please, if you've not subscribed, please make sure that you subscribe, and keep asking questions if you really want to know something and you want something we can talk about, or you have some ideas. Please let them know in the comments, and give us some hearts, give us some hearts, and like, so that YouTube can actually send this video to many others as well. And make sure that you actually share this video, you share this live as well. So that's what happens with actually the world today. It's all about the information that you have, people what they have, and based on what they have, they can actually create a certain market, a certain need in the society, and then they can just spread it out there, and the people can have whatever they need and whatever they want, and they can sell it. Because once you have control over the information, you have also control over what is going to sell or to impose in a certain condition or in a certain situation. So we remember that there was actually no Facebook. We remember there was no all this. I remember the time of we had high five. High five, that's what we had, when we back in the days. And then you had something which came very fast, and that was Facebook. And now you have Facebook. Not only you have Facebook, but now Facebook has gone really a bit behind. Now you have TikTok, which goes very fast, so technology keeps on improving. People keeps on studying, having this information and studying this information, and then putting it out there, and then you have people improving on it and becoming much more it becomes much more, reliant and much more faster. So we are living in a today. You have AI is actually producing everything. You have AI produces everything you need. So everything you need is in AI. You can ask, these AI tools every question, and you have an answer. Why? Because people keep on improving from this to that, and they become much more smarter. So that's the market of today. If you're not smart, you cannot prosper. If you are not if you cannot prosper, you cannot make it in the market, and you are out of the market. So that's what happened to a high five in our time. That is what is actually going on. It's all about competing, and the Chinese companies are competing at a very, very high. They're very aggressive. Chinese companies are very aggressive in terms of competition. China alone produces more engineers than the entire world. So you have China producing more engineers than in the entire world, and they don't really care about bureaucracy. They care about bringing the results, producing the result. And that's why you have these engineers in China. They work very, very hard to give the result. They create these technologies, these tools, and these tools are very important for the government or for anybody, to collect the information, and what the people need. It becomes kind of a market platform whereby things are happening. So on TikTok you can buy, on TikTok you can sell, on TikTok you can do anything you want. It's there. So you can do anything you want, and the market is there. All what you have to do is just to lay yourself there, and boom, you have actually everything you need. You have people who actually earn a lot of money on TikTok. They earn a lot of money on YouTube. They earn a lot of money on these platforms. So you have people who earn millions, on this platform. So you have people who earn a lot of money on this platform. They become a platform whereby the market is actually connected there. You have everything there in the Chinese apps of you have the bank, you have everything that is connected inside there. You have everything. You can a Visa card is inside there. I don't know, everything you need on these Chinese apps. They're interconnected, and once you have that system of interconnectivity, I mean, it's really becomes hard to separate these things, because everything goes out there, everything goes through it, and then you have everything working as one, and that create the problem. You cannot you cannot separate it. So that's actually the issue with TikTok today. So we are going to see what Donald Trump does. Please make sure that you subscribe, you like, and you share. Make sure that you subscribe, you like, and you share. So we're going to see what Donald Trump does, in sense of what is going to happen to TikTok. But today, at midnight, they're going, TikTok has to close according to the Supreme Court. But the Biden administration has said they will leave that case to the next administration. So we'll see. And Trump is saying it will take he needs a little bit of time to actually work on what is actually what is the problem, what is lying underneath, and he's gonna look at it. But we see that actually TikTok has a better chance to stay on in the USA with with Trump than it's good with actually Biden. So those are kind of the issues that that is lying in beneath now, and that's the problem that actually is we can see right now. So hopefully we can actually people can actually have access to TikTok again and upload and download. Everything can go well as it used to be on TikTok, because it's going to affect a lot of people. It's going to affect a lot of, it's a tool which you use as well for communication. So there is a lot of things going on there as well. So, yeah, so I think it's really important to actually think about these things. So I don't know if you guys have any questions that we can actually take. So I will really, so Rosie has really given us. I'm really thankful that she really asked a lot of questions. So no, let me see. Sorry, Rosie, I did not mean it. Anyway, I saw Rosie has been really active to ask questions. Um, so that is really good. And if anybody has a question, or something you like us to 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 take, so please don't hesitate. So that's what is happening with TikTok. It's a sad issue. It's something that should not be taken lightly, because this is going to encourage a lot of government to start limiting information tools, and that would just cause frustration, and the world will be much more divided. With TikTok, you can see what is happening in all other continents. You can see what is happening in all other continents at a very faster speed. I've used Facebook. I haven't used Instagram. I don't have Instagram. But I enjoy a lot of TikTok. So I think TikTok works fine. And if they ban it, that will be really a disappointment. So what do you think? Do you want TikTok to be banned, or do you want it to be, you know, or do you want it to be? So tell me about what is your view on it? What is your view on TikTok? Do you want it to be banned, or do you want it to be? What do you think? Should TikTok be banned? Please, I want to hear your views in the comment section. I want to hear your views on the comment section. I want to hear your views on the comment section when it comes to TikTok. Do you want it to be banned, or do you want it to stay as it is, or do you want it to continue? So as we have been talking about TikTok, we've been talking about TikTok, and America want it to be banned. to be banned, you know, from the United States, and so we want to hear your views. Kindly let us know what you think. Yeah, because TikTok is a really good app, create a lot of businesses, and you know, a lot of people depend on it um, in terms of businesses and everything like that. So and to get information as well. So what is your point? Do you want it to be banned or not? So let us know in the comment section what your thought is, and we'll kindly discuss that. We'll kindly discuss that. So please make sure that you like the video and you share. Make sure that you like and you share.